Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Needlessly Nostalgic. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler Nichols, with my other host, Mr. Lance Velchek. Lance, we are officially at the end of our Halloween franchise chat. We are covering the final entry. Do you have an opinion? Do you have an opinion of how this has gone so far?
What, the whole journey?
Yeah, the whole journey.
It's interesting. I think we both agree at this point that the Halloween franchise, as famous as it is far more inconsistent than I think I remember, which is funny because we always discuss how, after a couple times of watching any series like in order, which is kind of rare anyway, maybe when you're kids, you tend to do the shuffle. Mm-hmm. And so it does kind of change your opinion on things when you watch it straight through. Like we're watching as if we lived through every entry going to the theater. So it's going to be an interesting ranking. How about that? I'm not trying to ruin things, but I definitely have opinions, surprised to no one, I'm sure, that aren't the same I had before we started this. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, this watch with you has essentially taught me that I do not like the Halloween franchise, and I find it to be of subpar quality, even though there are many entries, even the ones that I enjoy, I wouldn't consider them good films. Like, I feel like even our Elm Street one, it was essentially hated the remake, and then the rest, it's like, no, I like all of them to a degree. So even fucking Freddy's Dead, despite that being like the next in the chain, like I still enjoy that more than many films. Like it's still very good. Meanwhile, with this series, like there's 12 movies. There'll be 13 on our ranking because we'll have the producer's cut, and like Halloween 6 will be producers and theatrical. But like, I don't know, after maybe top 5, even probably top 5, it's like, yeah, I could lose all the rest of the films and be completely fine.
We discussed this in our Elm Street franchise chat, but I want to bring it up here because I think it adds to a point that you're making. Is those were interesting, unique films made by visionaries trying to do something. Wild swings, not always landing. Obviously, a lot of retconning, a lot of convoluted storytelling, but there's an interest there because they're all made with passion, regardless if you like them. And I'm not talking about the remake, of course, but I'm talking about the England run. The England run is that they just had this spark. Halloween, in my opinion, I think I'm a little softer than you. I don't hate this franchise, but I think the fact that it's so afraid to really grow and change or try anything unique and does not count in that. I do think it's like a detriment to the series because it's essentially the same movie over and over, just with diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Outside of a couple of things. So I agree. It's kind of boring would be my critique. Not all of them, and there's many I love and have a good time with, but the problem is the entries that aren't good are boring. And that's like the worst thing you could have.
And I mean, one thing I've also definitely noticed is that it's like the worst element of like every single time our worst film in the ranking is always the final film in the franchise. Always. It's weird how that works out. Like is that true? No, I guess Friday the 13th, that wasn't true. But Evil Dead, because we had Evil Dead Rise, and then Nightmare on Elm Street is the remake. And I mean, not to give spoilers for today's episode, but Halloween Ends is the biggest piece of shit in this franchise. So it's been a consistent issue.
This is our second time talking about this. I'm not sure if it's still online, but when Joe Blow had like a horror network where we did like, I don't know if podcasting would be correct because it was videos, but I guess you could call that like a podcasting show, the Arrow in the Head network. We did this. We saw it. And then I think the day after or something, we did the video.
Yep.
And I actually would argue, I think it's that video that we did together, which is the reason we're doing this podcast, because we had such a good time and a good connection ripping this apart. Now, the only thing that sucks is that I felt there was a joyfulness, which I don't have right now. Like this is going to be a lot more like cynical, whereas then I was laughing more, having a jovial
Were
time.
you? Because I'm pretty sure the comments section was like, this guy is fucking being an asshole about this. He hates these.
I'm not talking about the Halloween episode, not that episode where we're all dressed in. No, I was, that was I was not in the mood for that. But when we did Halloween Ends together, I think it was just you and me when it first came out. I think that was like a happier episode. So this won't be that. But yeah, I mean, surprise, surprise. I do not like anything about this movie. So let's get into it. I'd like to really just dig into the fumble that is Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends. This is from 2020. Why the fuck is there no goddamn date on once I go to the main thing? 2022. I'm glad I didn't just go off of memory because I definitely thought this was 2023 for some reason. Fucking 3 years. Directed by David Gordon Green. Written by David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, and fucking 2 new sets of writers. Why can they never just have the same writers from film to film? Chris Bernier and Paul Brad Logan. Don't know either of them. We'll have to figure out if they've done anything we like. Starring Jamie Lee Curtis for 5 minutes. Andy Matichek. We've been saying her name wrong all this time.
It says Matichek.
Andy Matichek. Listen to the commentary. She said her name and I had to rewind and be like, wait, what? I've never heard this before. Andy Matichek.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
Sure. I can't remember that.
Yeah, Andy Matichek. James Jude Courtney, Rowan, our boy, Rowan Campbell, Will Patton, Jesse C. Boyd. I don't care about any of these people. This is Kyle Richards, we'll say. And where's he at? Where's little and Jabrail Nantambu, Julian. Your little Julian cameo at the end. So this, like, I feel like I'm gonna definitely hit some points, but like, if you listen to us talk about these before, obviously we're gonna have very similar opinions on this stuff, but we want to get this stuff out there for just our needlessly nostalgic listeners, because we can't just have expected you to watch the stuff or listen to the stuff that we had done before. So I'm gonna repeat and say, seeing this in theaters, I still remember, like, vividly remember sitting in my seat, the Universal Pictures logo starting up, and that fucking like rockabilly song starts, and I just like clenched, and I was just like, oh no. And then the blue font comes up, and I was just like, oh no, I know what this means. Oh no. And yeah, it ended up being exactly what I thought, where it's like, oh, yep, this is like spin-off Halloween. This is Season of the Witch Halloween, except Michael shows up for 5 minutes.
I feel it's more insulting that way because, I know that Halloween 3 is divisive, though I think it's obviously had more of a comeback and it's more loved and deservingly so. This isn't that, though. So don't you pull up that fucking font and expect me to be like, well, all is forgiven. Of course, we're doing some different stuff. No, you're not. You just changed the plan last minute and made 2 separate movies and forced them together. Yeah. And then you use the font because you know why they did it. So they could be like, well, it's a different thing. We're going a little off kilter. It's like in the finale of this awkward and goofy franchise that you made, these little 3 movies. Now's the time to like try something new. The whole thing. The Rockabilly is a great example because I don't remember that. I think I saw this. This came theater and release on digital same day, right? This was the same day because I feel like I saw this at home late at night. I'm making that up.
I don't remember. I remember they did that for Halloween Kills. Yeah,
I didn't see this in theater, so it had to.
Yeah, I must have, because I just saw it opening night just because.
Yeah, in the time jump, which we should, before we even get going, we should say that part 3 for Mr. Green was supposed to take place the same night. Pandemic changed things, and he like had a change of heart and decided to like rewrite this movie. And so this time jump changes everything. It really is and I don't like the first 2. I mean, obviously, if you've been listening to us, I mean, I like Kills because it's stupid, but I don't like Gordon Green's trilogy. I think even if you did, though, this is the biggest slap in the face because he essentially kills all his momentum, changes character arcs. Like what that was building towards is not this movie. It almost just ignores it. I mean, they do talk and touch upon it, but it's such it's insulting. And in fact, that I'm insulted and don't even like the movies that came before. I can't imagine how I'd feel if I like loved Halloween Ends and Kills. I'd be like, what is this? Or I'm sorry, Halloween and Halloween Kills. I would be flabbergasted. Can I use that word? Flabbergasted? If I fucking watch this movie and it's like, why are we following this dude?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, he's nerdy because he has glasses. It's like, dude, he's buff.
Yeah, it's
the
stupid.
band camp kids are scrawny. Like those look like little boys. This is like, it's like I don't want to. It's like, dude, it's she's all that. That's what this is. It's like they put the hot girl that put some glasses on. It's like, well, nobody's gonna like her now. It's like, really?
Personality wise, Corey's definitely that weird guy. He's definitely that dude that's just like, what the fuck is he doesn't seem to have all his marbles there, which it always has rubbed me the wrong way of how weird he is. And then our little lovely Allison is like just falls head over heels for him from the jump. Like he is just the man that she's been waiting for. Which, if anything, that really proves Allison has the worst taste in men, because we saw from the first film, like, yeah, she's going after this douchebag. But then this is her idea of finally going after a good guy. Finally, it's like, Arya, I don't think you are.
I hate to be this guy, but isn't she a little too normal for essentially having her mom be murdered and her boyfriend in front of her? Like Lori was building traps and shooting guns because her friends died off camera to her. Not that I need Allison to be in the same position as Jamie Lee Strode.
Jamie Lee Strode.
I'm sorry, Jamie Kurt. Lori Strode. So I'm mixing them both up. But to this, it's like they forgot that she had a boyfriend that was murdered in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
They forgot that her mom died. She's just like, I'm a nurse's assistant. I'm a nurse's assistant, doctor's assistant. She's living her life. I mean, I guess slightly grumpy.
I feel like she's a nurse because she was up for the charge nurse.
Oh, and the other girl was like sleeping with the doctor.
Yeah, which I'll say right now, I like that she became a nurse. That seems like a arc that makes sense to me. And that it's like, okay, yeah, after seeing all this crazy shit, for her to go onto that career path, that makes sense to me. When you actually think about the logistics of her having gone to school shortly after like all of this trauma happened, like
it just doesn't. It feels like something where they decided just to ignore what happened before. Because you're right though. If her arc had something to do with her helping people, and the majority of this movie focused on her being a nurse and going through trauma or trying to find a balance between life and the sadness she has, fine. But her being a nurse it's just like an occupation. I didn't have to see her go to work. I don't care that she went to work. I mean, it feels like her going to work and us showing her life is just so we can have Corey kill her boss and the girl that took her promotion. It's like, okay. But it doesn't seem to have any importance or relevance because, like you said, that's something that could have been tied into something deeper. It's like, I want to help people. I lost my mom. I lost my boyfriend. It's like, I want to focus. But she's just like, she could have been a bartender. This whole movie it feels like it didn't look back. It's just like, okay, we got these people. What do we do? She's fine. She's a nurse. Strode. She's cool. She's baking cookies. The bartender, Lindsay Walsh, we'll have her look at the camera once. It's like, oh, you didn't think this through.
Bartender / psychic.
That's the clearest indication that they just forgot about her. Because that to me is like, shit. We have Kelly Richards when they put her in the movie. What are we gonna do? She's a bartender now. Then why was she at the other bar in Halloween Kills celebrating? Why wouldn't she invite them to her bar?
Yeah, well, and we're getting way ahead of ourselves because this film starts out in 2019 with Corey babysitting some little shit and watching The Thing with him, which is like,
after.
Yeah, at this point you're like, okay, maybe like, because we already know from other films that's like Michael comes back on Halloween, so maybe it's gonna be something where Michael's gonna kill this kid because guess what, he's babysitting. They're going back to Michael being a babysitter, like babysit killer. Nope. It's instead fucking Corey Cunningham accidentally murders a child in the most humorous way you could ever fucking imagine. Like, it is so goddamn funny to see that kid bounce off the fucking wood floor. Like,
You know what it reminds me of? I grew up, one of the best shows of all time was Married to Children. And there was like this ongoing gag where anytime somebody would fall off a roof or something, it was just like the lifeless dummy would crash on the ground. And it's that same effect. It's nicer, but I cackled out loud when it happened. And I'm not an evil man, but it's one of those things where in conception, yeah, that's dark. It's dark. It's this mother watching her kid, but it's like,
yeah, the most dummy looking kid where it's like, you can't do that nowadays. You gotta do something to make that look more realistic. Otherwise, because the intention is not to laugh at it.
no. Here's the thing. He kicks the door, kid falls over, and we see the POV from Corey, and we just hear the crack. And the camera pans forward in his POV. We look down and we see the kid, mangled on the ground. That's the better way. But then again, this whole thing, why are we here? Like now it's a year later, and we're not about Michael Myers. We're not even acknowledging him at all, except for Laurie's, goofy voiceover. But this cold open bothers me because essentially, by the time the title card hits, all we know now is there's a babysitter, a dorky dude in glasses, and the font from Halloween 3, and it's like that. What a way to fumble your opening. So it's like, oh, it's a time jump. So now we're just, so what? And then Laurie obviously just kind of glosses over the entire existence of everything. She's like, yeah, things happened. Tom was a little angry. We're doing good now, baking cookies, and I'm not going to let fear control my life. It's like, her whole arc happened between kills and this.
Yeah,
and somebody was like, somebody didn't stop green and said, hey, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, arguably this Halloween night in 2018 was so much worse and more traumatizing than 1978. 1978 had what, the 4 deaths?
Yeah, casually. This was like a massacre.
Yeah.
Michael killed like an entire lynch mob outside of all the people who killed prior to that ending in kills.
Which let's remember, and it's established later on in this film, Michael gains power from killing people. That is what heals him. That's what like makes him all Hulk. He makes him Hulk Hogan out.
Yeah,
makes him Hulk out. And yet, after he killed all those people at the end of kills, he's just going in a sewer and like randomly dragging people in, because we find out from the homeless man that Michael's dragged a few people in there. And we also see there's weak. He's also weak. And it's like there's these missing persons boards that we see where you're meant to assume like, oh, Michael killed them. But yeah, why is he so weak? Well, like that doesn't make any sense if we're then establishing that that kills get him stronger. Like what? Dumb.
Well, it also goes against 2018 because he was just fine escaping prison. Even he was held by Sartain, he wasn't like decrepit. So after kills, why is he decrepit? That's what doesn't make any sense. It's like, why, like you basically wrote that he had to be weak without thinking that through, because it doesn't make any sense. And anyway, even regardless, take away the kills give him power, which I've said in earlier episodes, as an idea, I don't hate. But how they do it is completely stupid, and it just doesn't fit with what they're trying to do in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. But if that's true, he'd be strong, and if that wasn't true, and we just took that power away, he'd still be fine. It'd be normal Michael Myers. So they just wrote him with a handicap just to do it, so that he could not be in the movie. Because what is it, 50 minutes? Is it, or an hour by the time he actually shows up for the first time?
Michael Myers his first appearance in this movie is 38 minutes into this movie, and that appearance is just him off the corner of the screen, because it's when Corey falls down into the.
But that's you're not supposed to. That's like an Easter egg, though. I mean, when does it? When does it? Is it 30 minutes when Corey gets in the pipe?
I mean, it would have been he gets dragged in and then sees him, so it would have been like, I don't know, 40 minutes once.
Okay, wow, that's ridiculous. So. And 40 minutes for essentially a cameo, and then he doesn't come back for like another like 20.
Yeah, which I mean, especially even this watch, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, if this was the middle film in the trilogy, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be nearly as egregious. Like, yeah, you can do a little side thing, especially let's be honest. Michael's weakened in the sewers. Oh, you know what would make sense of that? Oh, he just got fucking blown up in a house and he doesn't have the power. That would make sense of him being all weak in the sewers. And then Kills being like he's finally, after all this shit, he's finally like being able to, get more energy and Hulk out and shit. But to have this be the finale and sideline Michael so much and make him into such a bitch is just unacceptable. And this is the film that made me just dislike David Gordon Green and make me go, I don't trust him with anything that I like. If he can go off and do original stuff. I didn't mind that Christmas movie he did with Ben Stiller. Like, cause that's
Nutcrackers. That was charming.
Yeah. Like, but he cannot do something that's pre-established because he admittedly gets bored, and that does not work for something like this. You cannot just get bored and decide to change what you were trying to plan out. Because I'm a defender of like the Star Wars sequels. Those famously do not have any kind of plan, and it's like every movie, it's like a whole different ball game. I don't like Rise. Don't give me that look. But like I love Last Jedi and how much it changes shit. But like there's clearly no plan. There's clearly no plan with this too. It's like why is there no plan? What is going on with this? Why would you ever just not have an idea of what you're doing with this? It's just,
or why change it? That's another issue. Why change it?
Yeah.
I mean, Kills adding him getting power goes against all the interviews he did for 2018. And I think I've been very clear about this. Everybody hated Rob Zombie's movies but me. And so that whole talking point was we're going to fix that crazy bearded Fox movies and going back to the basics is human. I didn't like that anyway, but at least stick to your plan. Then you get the Kills. It's like, actually, he's a monster that gains power. It's, okay. Then why was he hanging out in jail for 40 years or whatever? Like, why was he just chilling out? It's like, why didn't you break out, I don't know, in the 80s or the 90s? This, though, there's elements of this movie that on paper I don't hate. The whole Corey thing as a concept of like becoming a copycat and like, again, I don't hate that, but it does make sense for this movie. It does make sense for this franchise. And the fact that they're even trying to shoehorn it in is such a weird and awkward thing. Like, the beginning of the movie, we're with Corey. It's like, I'm being told that he's weird. I'm being told that this accent's affected the town. And then I'm being told that people don't like him. We do not have the time to start over the character. This is the time to start finishing arcs. Yeah. If Corey was in the first movie and we followed him this entire time, I'm not saying it fixes it, but at least it's earned. And I'm going to come back to that thing for this entire series, or a series as in the Gordon Green series, which is nothing is earned. He keeps doing this every movie. He has an idea and he throws it in. It's like Corey as a character, I don't hate, but why am I spending an entire movie with him when we should be wrapping up this stupid trilogy?
Yeah.
It's like Matichek gets sidelined most of this movie. I mean, she's like the girlfriend, but it's like, why is she the girlfriend? She should be the lead. Laurie's just fixed. So why is that a thing? Why did all the character arcs happen in between Kills in this movie? Why is that happening?
And Jamie Lee's narration at the beginning of this, she's like writing shit out, and it's so bad. Like it's like a
one take.
Yeah. And he's like, he took our dreams and turned them into nightmares. Like, this is an Academy Award winning actress, which means I put the blame of this whole reading on David Gordon Green. Like, fucking talk to your actor, get what you need from her, rather than being like, yep, you're good to go. Like, what the fuck? It was so bad, so corny. And yeah, it doesn't fit with what we saw in 2018. She's a different character. She's not Laurie Strode until the ending in this film, the final like 10 minutes. It's like, oh, there's Laurie. Good to see you. Nice to see you around.
No, it doesn't make sense for the character that she, after losing more people, more death, her daughter would be this chill. It's insulting. And then it's like, well, then the character's over. That's the ending of the character, is finding peace. Mm-hmm. So why are we starting with that? Like it's this is an epilogue, is what this is, and it's supposed to be the closure of a series. It's the weirdest sidestep. The thing is this movie is so dramatic. So is Kills, but Kills was funny about it. This is annoying. The whole Corey thing, him being bullied, him needing love. It's like, it's so on the nose. It's so heavy handed. It's like Gordon Green wants to make a drama. And, I think I figured out why it's the camera, it's the lenses, whatever that is. I hate the look of these movies. They look like car commercials. But I realize he does a lot of these annoying zooms and spins. It's like overly artistic and it feels student filmish. I think that has a lot to do with this. A lot of this is like, I feel like I could have made this movie in high school, but no, he's going to be torn inside and drawn to evil. It's like, yeah, it's because I'm 18 and I think these heavy themes are important. They mean something where they're really kind of lame, like subtlety and sort of nuance work better. That's what this movie is. It's like Gordon Green's like 18 years old. He's like, no, Corey feels with his heart that he needs more. And it's all that shit, dude. The fact that there's a transfer of evil with a fucking, like a sexy look and nobody in the dailies said anything. This is all I need to know.
Well, and there's so many like unintentionally funny moments from that, but like one of my favorite things is the kid's mom right before the credit sting where it's like, what have you done? And I think it does a zoom in on it too. Like, it's so corny, which that's one thing we were taught in film school was don't do zooms. Zooms are like so out, like you don't do that.
I hate zooms.
Yeah, the only times I think a zoom works is when you do a zoom out push in, like the Hitchcock Spielberg shot. Like that's the only time it's acceptable. It's because you're combining elements that then gives you this thing that you're not going to get otherwise. But
or if you're doing zoom,
fuck that.
There's a zoom suck.
Yeah, like it makes like that element makes more sense. Otherwise, do a push in. Do the actual physical camera pushing in. I don't need a fucking zoom. It looks terrible.
In this movie, dude.
It gets out of control. I don't know if he just didn't think visually that it was interesting enough to not have a zoom, but he zooms all over. He loves a zoom.
I was going to say the only time a zoom works is when Tarantino was doing like Kill Bill and he's going off of the 70s kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Like there's an intention to mimic that. It's just like, stop zooming, stop fucking zooming, dude. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like, So I have it in the background, right? And it's like, we're just following this new character. We're following a new character this entire time. Why? And here's the thing. I know people are going to say, well, this is the wild swing. This is what people, I think they want. They think they want. But the thing is, this isn't a wild swing, though. Let's admit this. It's a new story shoehorned into an ongoing conflict. A wild swing would just to be a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Or stylistically change the genre. This could have been, what if this was more of like a trippy film or filmed it more like, I don't know, a Western, something. I don't know, man. But it's just like, no, it's the same. It feels the same, looks the same. It's just now Gordon Green's focusing on a whole new character that we're supposed to sympathize with. But again, they made him overly weird, but I don't think he's directed well because I don't think this guy, what's his name, Rowan Campbell. I don't think he's a bad actor at all. I have nothing against the dude. I think he's directed weird because it's. I'm getting the vibe of like, we were talking about Star Wars earlier. Lucas is infamous for like not directing actors, so like he just got lucky with having great actors in the original trilogy. I get the feeling that Gordon Green's not really directing him because it has that sort of stereotypical weird, like I just don't know what to do. It's like no. We gotta be unique here. Like he could be weird and quirky, but it can't be that sort of safe, like late 90s weird. I feel like that's what this is.
Yeah. When I've mentioned several times on this podcast how I hate a montage. Nothing I dislike more. I think it's lazy filmmaking. And wouldn't you know it, when Lori's doing her fucking narration, we get footage from the original Halloween and we get footage from the other two David Gordon Green films where it's like, is this the fucking 80s where people don't have access to these films that you don't like, that you're then trying to like tell us what happened again? Like, I fucking hate this. I hate this so much. I love the new Mission Impossible. I got so annoyed with those. Remember these scenes? Like, fucking just tell me. You don't need to show me.
Egregious. I agree. Though I think I don't hate montage as much as you do because I feel like all the good sports movies back in the day had montage. But how about this? I'll meet you here and say we don't need a montage of summing up essentially what was already said in the narration.
Yeah.
Like the town was essentially this is now the town falling apart. Though the Cowan Kills was the town facing evil that has affected them for years, which didn't make any sense because the 4 teens died or a couple teens died in the 70s. And so the town's now, I don't know, more evil or more angry or falling apart.
Yeah. And it even shows Oscar's mom committing suicide in Oscar's like outfit.
That's so stupid. It's like, dude.
And David Gordon Green even mentioned in the commentary, he's like, most people miss this. It's like, that means you didn't do a good job of setting it up then, if most people missed it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to read about it. I didn't realize that was his mom because I don't remember his mom even being in the movie. Maybe she was.
Yeah, she's in Halloween Kills because she sees, it's during the Evil Dies Tonight penguin scene. She comes across Oscar's body in the morgue.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But how do I remember? It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Because we didn't get a montage to remind us.
But again, the idea of the town breaking apart, I don't hate, but it's like it's not earned. It's just corny. And the narration doesn't sell it. It's just like, it got into all of us and people are killing themselves. It's like, why though? Like, why? I mean, like, again, something I don't hate. We could dig. The whole movie could have been about that. If this entire movie was the effects of kills.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Man of Steel, right? It's not my thing. I think the teaser was brilliant, but that's not my favorite movie, right? Because, Superman ends up causing like 15 9/11s. And I know people are very divisive on that. But here's my issue. Here's the thing me and my friend Jeff were talking about after we saw that movie together. We're like, the next movie has to be solely on the destruction that was caused. Like, I'm talking essentially, that's the entire story has to be like, we had a fucking bunch of 9/11s. How are we going to fix it? How are we going to move on as a country? Like, not just be like, it happens, we're moving on. This movie had to be about that. We're like, we're just going to move on. I'll show you a couple things. People killed themselves and, there's some sadness. But essentially the entire town is now blaming Laurie, which also makes no sense. Yeah, like that goes against the other two movies.
She was Laurie, your neighbor.
Wasn't she crazy? Didn't the town go, that little weirdo who thinks Myers is going to come back someday? And this movie, they're like, it's your boogeyman. You did this. It's like, well, wait a second. You guys were just in the first movie thinking she's a nut. In the second movie, she had like a whole group of people that would celebrate her. Again, it doesn't make sense. She should be at that bar too. Or actually at Lindsay's bar. Why not go to her? That bothers me.
Yeah.
In this movie, they're like, well, it's your fault. You did this. You brought him. It's like, why is she being blamed? Like, again, they want, as an arc, I understand. Like, Laurie needs to be like at the bottom because we put her at the top in the beginning of the movie. So we need to kind of cut her down to like give her some growth. But that growth doesn't add up to the town and the story that was already told. So it's like, what are we doing here? It's like, are we just guessing? Like, they showed us the movies before. We had the montage, like you said.
Yeah.
And then they already forgot. So now I'm sitting here being like, well, why is that old woman blaming Laurie? Why is she blaming Laurie? Laurie didn't do anything.
How is that? How did that one lady survive getting a broken light in her fucking neck and being left to die? Because guess what? She's not getting like any medical care anytime soon. We don't see her. We're at the Haddonfield Hospital for the most of the rest of that movie. We don't see her getting wheeled in at any point.
She's bleeding to death watching your husband get killed. That's why that scene's so cool, is because, that's dark. Yeah. No, her being alive is dumb. It actually negates one of the better scenes of kills, actually.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Like, why would you even add that in? I also want to bring up let's talk about, because we always talk about the credit sequences. And did you notice? So it's like all the pumpkins like break apart and you get to see a new pumpkin. Did you know? I didn't know until reading this. Did you know there's 12 pumpkins there representing the 12 films of Halloween?
No, that's clever, I guess. Like, okay. It's a fun title
like how
sequence.
They look. I don't like how it looks though. It looks cheap. That's my biggest issue.
It's fine. The thing I realize is, like I told you in the last one, I really like the Halloween theme of kills because it has that sort of choir aspect that's added, like the I don't remember this one. That should say
Yeah.
something. I don't. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's tweaked a little. I do not know. I gotta for our ranking. I'll check on it. But the fact that I can't think of it either means it's different and worse, or that opening title sequence, or the opening, I should say, cold opening with Corey, was so distracting and so bad that I wasn't able to focus on the theme and the cool pumpkins, or I guess you don't like them, but whatever. I was focused on the fact that I just opened a movie that had a time jump, didn't acknowledge Michael Myers, and seems to be setting up an entirely different story.
Yeah, I'm listening to it right now, and I mean, it sounds like everything we've heard before.
Does it have the little choir that I like, or what?
No, I don't hear a choir.
Mm.
If anything, there's even
Well, it
more
could
of
be
that,
a
like
keyboard.
that drum beat below it, where it's like you just like a consistent drum beat, but it's like from a drum machine. Which, yeah, I don't love that monotonous, just like nonsense. But I don't know. I there's not many things I like about this movie, but there's probably something. We can figure it out. I love the band kids. I'm just kidding.
The Corey's dad is watching. Oh my gosh! Why do I want to say Time Cop? Oh my gosh! With Lance Henriksen,
he's watching
Hard Target. He's watching Hard Target.
Yeah, he's watching Hard Target.
Yeah, so there we go.
That's positive.
That's awesome.
I like Corey's dad. Corey's dad's fun.
He seems
gives him a cool motorcycle.
He's a nice dad.
Let me just say, dad gifting your son a motorcycle. It's like, I have seen so many motorcycle deaths in the past like month. It's like that's a brutal gift to be giving your kid, because you're just setting yourself up for some tragedy and a lot of guilt if something goes wrong. They buy it on their own, then hey, whatever. There's nothing you can do about that. But you're actually getting it for him. We just lost it wasn't in Mastodon anymore because they kicked him out. But like Brett Hines just passed away, got hit on his motorcycle. Like, fucking motorcycles are bad news. Not to get into a motorcycle thing, but that was my first thought when I saw it. I'm like, oh my God, this seems like a nice thing, but I don't know. It seems a little not so nice.
I was going to say, let's not. I couldn't think of the name real quick. My recall is terrible at this age. Treat Williams was on a cycle and got hit. So it's like, yeah, man. But the dad though brings up. I like him. I think he's sweet, and like there's a bit of humanity in him, and I do enjoy that. But something that I put together while watching this, and it's a critique of all of the Gordon Green Halloween movies, is that, and maybe this is actually Danny Bride as well. There's way too many quirky characters. Like too many. I've realized that that's like a deliberate choice for this world. And, I don't know if it's just because he likes the black humor, but I think that's another thing that bothers me about all these, is that there's just too many of them populating. So it gives this odd tone. I don't know. The dad's fine, but he is kind of a part of a larger problem, which is that's like a character trait of like everybody that's like not the main characters.
Yeah, there's too many unintentionally funny things. Like his mom at one point, because Corey's texting Allison, she's like, boys who keep secrets don't get custard for dessert.
Yes. I wrote that
Insane.
Down.
That's like the Bond Me bullshit all over again, where it's like you're just trying to be quirky.
But like this has an unintentional like stepmom porn thing to me. They don't get custard. Like I feel like we're not too far away from like Honey Wilder coming out and Kate Parker. It's weird. It's weird. And again, you're right though. As like the Bond Me, we're going for that like that chuckle in the theater, that like, this is wacky. But why? Because the problem with Green's movies is that they are filled with like moments like that, and then something completely overdramatic, like the mom confronting Corey in the bar, where she's like, "You killed my son.
You can't have fun."
What the fuck? Like we like pick a tone, man. Because and again, I'm okay with wavering tones. I like Strange Ways. My favorite movie, one of my favorite movies ever, is Big Trouble, and I think that's a great movie for an example of like tonally, it's always kind of a little moving.
Yeah.
But this tone is stupid. It wants to be a drama, but then it wants to be kind of funny and charming. It's like, dude, as much shit as I was giving and people have given the earlier films, I'll take 2's tone any day. I'll take 5's tone. I mean, I love 4, so of course I would take that tone. I'm gonna say this. I think 6 has a better tone than all 3 of these movies. And as much as I have fun with that movie, that is a clusterfuck of a movie.
Yeah.
Just nobody knows what's going on. And I think tonally that feels more like the Halloween that I want than whatever this is.
Yeah. It's like a weird, I mean, essentially what this should be is you cut everything except the very ending. Like you have the extended ending of Halloween Kills, where Laurie's gets all her stuff on, grabs the knife, she's ready to fucking go hunt down Michael. And then you just fucking cut to the very ending where Michael's then attacking her at the house and Laurie's able to kill him. Like that's all you do. You just fucking do that shit. Which also I want to bring up. Laurie's house in this, beautiful, like Victorian style house. I remember you like thinking it's kind of like a grandma house. I don't care. It's Victorian style.
Yeah,
I love it. Looks absolutely gorgeous. However, where's Laurie's money coming from? I guess she must have had a good insurance payout on the other place, but also she's the one that torched it herself. And you would think that they would find like all these gas lines that are leading to.
Well, they would. You could light a match and like they could like if they have like fire points, like they would absolutely know. There's not even hiding it. Like no, she would not. Nothing makes sense. Like maybe her daughter had an insurance policy that she got because the husband was dead. But even
yeah, maybe
the fact that we have to discuss this, it's like why is she happy in this fucking big house? Like I hate it. But you're right though. It is a lovely house. It's a great grandma house, but. The fact that we have to now spend 5 minutes talking about why it's there and how she got it is great storytelling. Because if you think a little more about it, it's like nothing makes any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But hey, I have another positive, but also I have a negative attached to it. I like Jamie Lee Curtis and Will Patton's dynamic in this. They have a cute little like will they, won't they? Well, they're cute together, but. It's been 5 years. I feel like this is something that should have happened around like the 2-year mark. I mean, especially they were like talking in the hospital together. It seemed like they were already rekindling whatever they had prior. And like, so you're saying then it took another 5 years and they still haven't acted on these feelings, even though Laurie seems that she's getting her shit together. Like what, like, it's not like Laurie's this weirdo hermit like she was before. She's like, I don't know, she's got her shit together. So why the fuck would they have not? Yeah, why would they have not already like gotten? It's like it's because they for some reason didn't want to have these two get together off screen, even though that would have been fine. Like, guess what? He just like shows up at the very beginning when she's writing her little narration thing, gives her a kiss on the cheek, and goes puts away his groceries. It's like, yeah. I'd be like, oh, yeah, they got together in the meantime. That makes sense based on what we saw prior. But no, they don't do that. This stuff should have
been in Kills. And then they should have been together in this. I agree. I love it. I shouldn't say love it, but I do enjoy it because I think it's two good actors being charming. And there's a sweetness to it. It doesn't fit. Doesn't make any sense. Like you said, time-wise, logistically, it just seems like they paused, then started again, which doesn't make any sense. And also, they don't do anything with it. It's moments that are good, but again, it's not earned, and it doesn't go anywhere. Like this should have been the first or second movie, and then they're together for this, and they Will Patton just feels like they're like, oh, he's good, we got to put him in here. So because him and Laurie can't be together, because if they were together, there would be a better chance of a lot of the shit not happening. So they had to keep him off. So it's a waste of time, man. I'm glad they got paid, but I want to go back to something. You're talking about the ending, and I know we're kind of jumping over the place. The ending is far more physical than it should be anyway. I talk shit about H2O. I talked a lot of shit. But her fight with Michael was to me, far more authentic to what a fight with Michael Myers should be. Her like kind of cat and mouse running around, more, I would say, like trying to get the upper hand. The fact that two old people have like a mano a mano, and I know I'm going to be alone. That's stupid. It's really stupid. It's like, grandma and grandpa are going to fight. And I know people are like, they wanted a fight, but it's like, no, this isn't that serious. I didn't need that. So just going back to like, again, as an idea, yeah, you want to have like a one-off, but it's not earned. I'm sorry. It's not.
I like the final
I was like, why is Michael even in this? And why does he go to the house?
Because he's got, dude, he loves his mask. He needs to get his mask back. But he has this psychic connection with Corey. He knows where Corey's
stupid. At. So once again, it's like them taking away the brother and sister angle, as much as Carpenter hated it, is the only thing that really made sense when having Laurie ever be a part of anything after the first. Yeah. And him and Gordon Green, being so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not obnoxious, but pretentious to like, no, we're going to go back to the original. It's like, so once again, Myers is just fucking Mr. Magooing him way into this house. And when Laurie happens to be, then grab the mask and leave. Honestly, like that would have been a wild swing for me. Come on, Michael, let's do it. And he just fucking leaves, doesn't give her ending. It's like, okay, that'd be fun for me. Not like for some reason, this old woman taking a beating of her life and not breaking her hip. Oh, come on. I
mean, we do get, I mean, with Halloween Kills, Michael, because Laurie's in the hospital and Michael doesn't even approach the hospital once, doesn't give a shit about it. He only cares about going to his house and staring out his sister's window. That's all he cares about.
They destroy the house in this, or not in this, but
so he can't do that.
Which is like, I hate to be this guy, but you really sold that. You really put a lot of emphasis on him standing in that fucking room. And this movie, like, well, the house was, we had to tear it down because of all the evil and the sadness. It's like, oh, maybe you should have focused on him being obsessed with his sister's room, looking at the tower. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
I know you didn't plan it, but maybe keep the house. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because if you're going to keep it, then I got to watch Corey Cunningham do a lot of dumb stuff, then randomly cut to Michael Myers staying in the house. So I guess it's a lose-lose situation. Now that I'm kind of working through it with you out loud.
Well, I hate Corey Cunningham just in every way. It's supposed to be like a relatable, fun scene when he's out with Allison at the bar, and at one point he's just like on the floor, like, and she like, and Allison is into it, and all I could think was, there's no way that, I mean, unless they like dropped MDMA off screen that I just wasn't aware of. This behavior is fucking unhinged while you're in the middle of just like a small town bar, where then it's like, what is happening here? Like it's the craziest thing. Where then he fucking gets yelled at by the mom of the kid he killed, and
over dramatic.
Where it's essentially like, you're not allowed to have fun. You killed my kid. You can't have fun. Like, whoa. Like,
Isn't
settle
she
down.
Like the same costume too? Or am I making that up? I feel like it's something similar, like that, like 1920s.
No, I don't think she's in any costume. She's just like is a drunk at the bar.
But the thing is, like, again, if what would make
you're
sense?
Right. She is in the same costume.
Oh, she?
But
she has
a sweatshirt on though.
Okay, but if she's out there drinking to take away her pain, I feel like she would be in a bar that isn't having a party. That doesn't make sense. And we know it's not the only bar, because there's a bar that Mr. Michael Hall is in the first one, or the Kills, the last one.
Wait, do we know that this is not the same bar?
I don't know. Lindsay's the bartender. I just assume it's her bar. It isn't her bar?
Lindsay can get a fucking job. No, it's 100% not her bar.
Oh.
I think she just works there.
What? All right. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I'm still sticking to the fact that I assume it's a different bar. I feel like I would have recognized it, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, it could be. I can't. I'm trying to scrub through, and he shoots it in such a way that there's no there's no distinction, but I'm not seeing the multi levels that are in the other that's in Halloween
Do you
Kills.
ever see those fun little edits online where they take like a dancing scene, like I'll use example, like maybe a High School Musical or something, and they put it in like how it would sound in real life, but there's no music, and it's just like like stuff like that. It's just so awkward. The Corey Cunningham thing is that exact moment where there's this music, so it'd just be a guy on the ground going like ha ha, and his girlfriend going over him. Like in real life, if we just step back, if you were viewing that, it would be strange. She wouldn't be doing that. Like you wouldn't, they're not vibing together. It works because of the music and the cameras and the sound effects. But in a realistic setting, it's just one of those things where, like, you're right though. If they were fucked up, been drinking all night or smoking, like they're no, we wouldn't work. It'd have to be like Molly or something, or just a bunch of booze. But it is one of those things where it's like, in the moment, I didn't mind that scene because it's like, yeah, they're vibing, he's having a good time, still strange. But the second you step back, it's like, oh, yes, it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. It's, again, a moment, kind of works on paper, but Green like has no idea how to like have any sort of connecting tissue with anything. And so now it's just a goofy scene. And then he ends with that overdramatic thing with the mom, which, again, as a moment, I don't hate. It doesn't make any sense. It's not really earned. And also it's like, it's been a few years. Have you not seen him? Oh, you're going to be out on Halloween at this, but like, why is she there? That doesn't make any sense. You should have had that at like grocery store. She should have seen him shopping and been like, I had some moment, but at the same time, that feels like something that should be explored more. That should be a theme of the movie or an ongoing thing. These parents like dealing with the death of their son. Instead, it's just like, like he gets sad because people don't like him. It's like, I don't give a shit. No. I don't care about this guy. Like you're spending all this time and make me feel bad, and then you got to make him the killer, and expect me to like. Do I feel bad for him?
One thing I also hate. This is a nitpick, but this is a nitpick for every movie ever that does this. He goes up to the bar and he's like, "Give me a beer."
Yeah.
What beer? We have fucking 12 on tap. And then he gets a bottle of just Budweiser. It's like, so go up and be like, hey, one Bud Heavy, or one Bud. Because even if you say one Bud, they'd be like, light or regular, like light or heavy, what are you wanting? Or it's like, I that's one thing I always hate. Like, oh, beer. Because even if you order a fucking gin and tonic, they'll be like, well, or like, what do you want with? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or it's like that. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I don't need it. And also, doesn't even have to take the extra 2 seconds. Instead of him saying, I want a beer, say, give me a Bud Heavy. Like, that's fucking, it's easy. Fucking, it's the same, like, can take up the same amount of time. But
you could say rum and Coke, and then after you say rum and Coke, have the mom say something so we don't have to even have the interaction.
Yeah. Yeah. Be super, super simple. I always hate that kind of thing in movies. It happens way too often, and I don't know. It's always been an issue for me. As soon as I started going to bars myself in college, I'm like, wait, what? Everything is a lie. Everything.
Nothing's real, buddy. Nothing is real.
Let's talk about the band kids and them
essentially
being set up as the antagonists of this story.
Again, it's supposed to be serious. I'm supposed to feel bad for Corey because he's getting bullied.
Yeah.
But Gordon Green, maybe Danny McBride, but somebody was thinking ahead. It was like, let's make him like small, weird, and Italian. And all the combination of those three, honestly, is my favorite part of the movie. So he fell off. I wasn't even here. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? This is amazing. And then they're all like 4'5" and like 106 pounds.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even Corey busting out the knife doesn't get them to react in any way. I'm sorry, but if I'm going up to someone and they pull out a knife, have a great day. Goodbye. See you later. Just like,
especially a guy that like killed a kid. Yeah, and also, but he's taller and bigger. That's what like bothers me. And I know they're trying to set up things like he's awkward and like he's not tough.
Yeah, he's meek.
But it's like, I know, but he has like 6 inches on him. He has a weapon, and it's one of those things. It's like, dude, Why is the band camp? Why is it the band camp? That seems like an intentional, like, okay, we'll make them tough, but they're band camp, so it's going to be kind of funny. We're going to have a little bit of a haha.
Yeah.
And it worked. I thought it was hilarious. It was my favorite thing. It's like these little kids are just like, hey, we're going to buy some beer.
I was gonna say that's the whole impetus of this is that they're upset with him because he doesn't buy them beer. I'm like just fucking hang out a little further. There's gonna be some. Also, there's a bum that is right below that bridge. Go ask him to buy you beer. I'm sure he'd love to. Give him an extra 5. He'll be able to get a 40 for himself. 2 40s. Be like, he'd be all about it. Like, dude, fucking use your smarts, kids. Your band camp kids, like band geeks. You should have a little more know-how than this versus this like meek guy who killed someone.
Dude, you just said it. Offer the man a couple King Cobras. What does that cost you? $6? You know, you're good to go. Yeah, it's. I don't know why. I don't know why they're the antagonists. Essentially they're the reason that Corey finds. I mean, everything is so stupid. It's like saying that out loud. The band camp kids bully this jock-looking dude who has glasses and he holds his shoulders shrugged so he looks weaker. They somehow push him off a bridge.
I didn't push him. He fell
and becomes a killer. Like that's how things go. That's the turn of events. So really, if he bought them beer, he would have been with Allison happily ever after. So really, the movie's telling me that if you want to solve problems, buy underage kids alcohol. I think that's the message I'm getting all of this.
That's what David Gordon Green wants, and that's his major message for the movie. He wants to get that across. You can save someone
drinking is okay.
Yeah, underage drinking is okay, and if someone asks you to buy them beer, do it. Otherwise, they'll throw you off the bridge into a ravine, and you'll have a moment with Michael Myers where you transfer powers.
Is that moment not beautiful, though? I mean, when they lock eyes.
Dude.
Like, I'm telling you right now, Crazy Love by Van Morrison, play it over that scene. You know, listen, I mean, I'm not a romantic, but I am when it comes to that, where I'm like, holy shit, is this love? Is this love?
We also get, it kind of implies that, because we had to see it's like the flashing of essentially Corey's life. And so it's like, well, it's not going to flash to Corey. That's flashing to Michael. So Michael sees what happens to Corey through this, eye lock and sympathizes with him to the point where he does not murder him. Not only doesn't murder him, but then decides, yeah, we're going to be bros. I'm going to get on the back of your motorcycle and we're going to go to this doctor's house and we're going to like hang out and be having a good time. Like,
and you know, that's the only way he got there because Haddonfield's big in Gordon Green's version. It is. And Michael isn't a runner. And also, a guy like that can't be walking around many places. That's where the bum's under the bridge. That bum's not traversing town. They'd be picking him up. So he is definitely on the back of his motorcycle.
Yep.
And that's hot. Let's be honest. That's hot. That's love, right?
That's love. That's love right
Michael
there.
and his little his little twink boyfriend. I love it.
Why? And if Corey Cunningham had just not betrayed Michael, they would be, riding off into the sunset together. But Corey, for some reason, has to be like, I want your mask. Give me your mask. It's like, dude, you fucking team up with him to do your shit. Makes no sense that you would then.
No, but honestly, you're right, though, because they were teaming up. They're having a grand old time. They're like buds, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But then you go and take this guy who's the boogeyman. You take the boogeyman and make him a bitch. I think is probably honestly, out of everything that's happened, I would say it's worse than getting kung fu kicked by Busta Rhymes. Like, that's stupid, but whatever. This, it's like, oh no, you manhandled again. You got your ass kicked by Bandcamp kids a day ago. Maybe a couple of days. I'm not really sure the timeline here. But now you can defeat Michael. I know he's weak, but again, you manhandles him. And I feel like that's such again, maybe on paper, it seems better, but there's no way to film that doesn't make Michael look like a bitch. And I think it's such a disservice. Like, I hate these movies, but man, like, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. And I'm coming from the guy that, I hate H2O. I don't like 5. I mean, as much as I enjoy 6, he's standing there like a moron, impregnating women. And there's all sorts of things in series done where I'm like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing here? But him just getting wrestled to the ground is, I don't know.
I think we can imply though that Michael gave him some of his powers, so Corey's also getting stronger with each kill.
That's so stupid. He's gonna. I mean, if he could give power at all, then why is he even in the sewer?
I'm saying it's not an if. It is a factual thing because we got to think about what he does. He smashes that one girl's head, Dr. Sartan style, the girl that's trapped under the fence.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't think normal Corey's doing that. I think that he definitely got some kind of powers from him. And also, Laurie shoots his ass later on, which like full on chest shots, which he's fine. He stabs himself is what fucking doesn't even kill him. He fucking stabs himself in the neck. And then Michael's the one that kills him. So it's like, I think Corey's definitely got those powers.
It still just makes me wonder why Michael was weak to begin with. Then it's contradictory. It's all contradictory.
Yeah, constantly.
He had enough power. He was weak enough where, but he's also been killing bums. So why isn't he strong anyway?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. And also,
but has he been killing bums? Because that bum has clearly been hanging out there, and he knows.
Yeah, but he said he's been taking people in. I assume they're all bums. Maybe it's part bum, part vagrant, maybe a wanderer.
There's missing high school kids that sign.
Oh, high school. Okay, well, but
billboard
again. Why is he weak? Why is he weak when he wrestles his mask off? They already went on like a little a cute kill date, so Michael should be good to go.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense. I guess you and I are both last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs fans, and Darcy, the mail girl, pops up in this, Miss Diana Prince.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see her. I think that she has a line, I believe, right?
Yeah, she has a line and then gets killed off screen.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm happy to see her. I'm happy people are getting paid. I'm happy people are working. That being said, I don't like the idea of her being killed off screen. I think it's a deleted scene, right? I don't know this.
They filmed it. I haven't watched the delete. I haven't watched the death, but I know that it is available.
Just feel it's something that they probably should have. Well, then again, I guess at the same time, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many stupid decisions in this movie. It's like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
The radio tower and the DJ, that whole thing, it's like, you could cut all that.
Yeah, it's all fucking stupid. It's like because they showed it in kills, they're like, oh, we need to like bring this in. And I also, we've gone so far into this, and I haven't mentioned, I listened to the commentary with for this film, and that's how I found about the Andy Matichek. And it's David Gordon Green, and then it's 2 random production members. I think it might be an editor, and then or maybe even production designer. It's something stupid, but then it's a production assistant. Like,
that's
why
awesome.
is there a PA on the fucking commentary? And then, worst part about it, Andy and Rowan Campbell, they come in, they're there via Zoom. So, fucking, you know how, I mean, you got 3 people who are in a room together, and then they're doing commentary with 2 people who are on Zoom. There's all this like overlap, and someone's starting to say something, and then because they didn't
oh man,
I couldn't finish it. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. It was the worst thing. And the stuff that the production assistant was saying, I was just like, why are you talking right now? This is such a stupid like anecdote that you're saying. And then David Gordon Green, much as I dislike him, was the one interesting part about it. Where then my takeaway from both Kills commentary and this commentary was, I wish it was just David Gordon Green on his own. I don't know why the fuck they have these other people with him, because he's the one that was actually giving information.
Maybe he's not comfortable like being alone, because that takes a certain type of, because I watched, well, actually, no, that's not true, because I was going to say the Halloween 2 original one, there was the director and then some other random guy. So maybe it's just how it goes. But to go back to Zombie, it was just Zombie, just rattling off information.
Yep, best commentary of the Halloween franchise. Like easily best of the franchise.
Oh, I want to talk about something we haven't really talked about. The fact that there's this whole arc about how Allison like hates this town now, and is just like like an angsty 16-year-old girl. Where it's like, where's this part of this coming from? Where she's like, let's burn it down.
Yeah,
because she got yelled at by like the DJ outside because they were like on his roof. Like, yeah, get off his property. I don't know. It's like, it's so emotionally driven and again, not earned and not set up and corny and over dramatic. It's just, it's like, let's go, babe. Let's just leave this town together. It's like, where did this come from?
Yeah. Leave with this fucking weirdo. It's like, what the fuck?
But she was like that in the beginning. She was like, her mom died or her friends are dead, had the worst year of her life. And then she's just had a good time.
Yeah,
didn't get the promotion. Seemed a little angry.
Yeah. Fucking Corey seemed to be like influencing her in a bad way, which like also too, that's the whole reason Corey stabs himself is because he's like, oh, I'm going to have this blamed on Lori. And then Lori pulls
grabs
the knife from his neck and is like holding it like she stabbed him. I'm like, oh my God, is this like fucking Scooby-Doo? What is going on here? Like use a little bit more logic. Yeah.
Right? She's smart enough to trick him into thinking she's going to kill her. Like she had that set up.
Great moment.
Yeah, that's a cool moment. It reminds me of the only good moment of 18 in my mind when Judy Green is like, I can't do it. She's like, gotcha. Like that's cool. That's a good setup. But again, she goes and grabs the knives and holds it in a weird way that you never hold a knife. And why would you ever do that anyway? It's like, I'm confused. She's in the jugular and you're gonna like, she didn't like apply pressure.
Yeah.
She didn't like, it's not like she was using life-saving technique. So she just holding the knife. It's like, oh, you just needed her to look guilty, which she could have just left the knife in, had Alice walk in. Alice still would have accused her. Though I feel like that's not the Allison that we've been set up with. That would immediately accuse her grandma of murdering her boyfriend, even if she didn't like her. Like, I just feel like that's not in character. But we need to be dramatic. This movie is written by a high schooler. That's what this movie is. Everything about this just seems, like dramatic and heartfelt and soulful. But it's like, oh, but it's not though. Not at all. It's actually kind of lame.
Super lame. And I don't understand the point of half of it where you're just like, what? Like you're just coming up with stuff on the fly. And I looked up Paul, Brad Logan, and Chris Bernier have not done shit. Like it's like Manglehorn with Al Pacino, which I never saw. And then the other guy did, what is it? The House. It was a story in the Hulu Halloween anthology. It's like, I don't know how these guys got hired anyway. Doesn't make much sense. And then to have them on the finale, which I want to find out why because David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are consistent. They're on every one. Why do they then have these other people that are joining them? And it's a different person each time. Have some consistency.
It makes me wonder if they weren't as involved as we think they are. Like maybe they come up with a general idea, tell it to this guy and be like, you flesh it out.
Yeah,
like,
and then probably do a final pass.
Like we're going to have a copycat and Allison's going to be angry. And I could see them pitching that. And then Dan McBride goes and does one polish over and just adds stupid humor. Maybe that's the trick to all this. I don't know because they're all inconsistent in what they're trying to tell and do. And they don't actually fit together, which is funny because when I first saw these, I thought they actually fit together better than they did. They just had really dumb moments. Now watching this with you again, it's like, no, it feels like three different movies from three different directors. I mean, they look the same, but director isn't like who's pushing the narrative. Clearly, they're written by different people, so it does seem like nobody was involved in all three. Like there seems like there's nobody that's been there the whole time, which is funny because obviously there is two, but all these seem like they're passed off to somebody else.
Yeah, there's no consistency, and again, David Gordon Green saying that he gets bored. Like, I think that sums up so much of this. He gets bored, doesn't want to make the same type of movie where it's like, dude, then don't make a slasher. Don't make fucking Halloween, 10, 11, and 12.
I think if he just like kind of tweaked they're all slashes, right? But that's what I'm saying. So like, let's do the first one like The Game or Seven, like a David Fincher. Let's go that style, right?
Yeah.
Then you could do part two was like Sam Raimi, Evil Dead 2 to make it like wild and crazy. And then the third one could be I don't know. I don't know. Pick something else. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what you can do. You could switch it up. Like, if you're going to change, if this every movie's going to be a different part of the story, then film it different, shoot it different, like have some different energies. Like, you could have fun that way. But the fact that they all feel like they're written where the only thing they knew about the film prior was like a synopsis told by some guy who kind of saw it when he was at work. Like, that's what I get, you know? But if I was like summing up something to you, like random, like, yeah, it's it's about like this and this happened and this, and then you went and wrote the sequel. That's what this feels like.
I mean, it is the same director of photography for all.
Yeah, that's why they look like shit.
Films.
I hate to look at these. I hate them. I hate how the dynamic look of this, because it isn't. I keep blaming it's too bright, but the thing, it's not bright in the way that I would normally complain about, because there is shadows. They are doing things, but for some reason, just it looks too clean. I don't know. I'm going to do a deep dive into this, so during a ranking I could have better verbiage, because I can't explain why I hate the look of these movies so much. I hate it. It's the worst.
Yeah, I don't hate it nearly as much as you.
I know. It's just something about this. It just looks like shit.
Oh, one thing I want to bring up too that we didn't talk about is Allison and her weird relationship with this like redneck cop.
Oh, the guy was like 48? Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like, what the fuck is going on? Someone's got daddy issues.
She dated him, right? Wasn't that it at one point?
Yeah.
Or she like went on a date?
Yeah, they definitely dated. So it's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is, yet again, there's like so much that's happened off screen where I'm like, this is more interesting. Yeah, the Allison that's dating a fucking cop that clearly is not right for her. Like, this is more of an interesting story. Why are we not going down that path of like, oh yeah, she's clearly dating someone because she needs feels like she needs the protection, and like there's something there. Instead, it's like, no, we're just going to use this as a conduit for Corey to be a jealous boyfriend and kill this man, or help Michael kill him.
An entire story beat, or story plot, I should say, that is off camera is shoehorned into this movie and used so that Corey can kill somebody. Where it's like they could have easily just had him kill the bum, or like it, the person
he does kill the bum.
No, but I'm saying, like, why just use the bum as the murder?
Yeah,
like the boyfriend, it just doesn't add anything to me. Like it's interesting. It's a little weird. I don't know, but it also just takes up more time. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we cutting this guy?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like it's. I'll give him credit. It's more of a setup than he does for most of these Halloween movies. Like Green at least thought ahead for this dude, but still, this is not the movie to have that in. It needs to be in the first or at least the second, and like flirting with her or like being like overprotective. Just like, again, this is a connected trilogy. Like, this should be parts 1, 2, and 3 of Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. That's what this needs to be. And it doesn't feel like it. Well, it does feel like it because it's not.
No.
But there's just so many things where it's like, why is that in here?
Yeah, why? It's different. It feels like it's completely different. If other than, it's like same cinematographer, so it does have the same look, but it very much feels like different writers each film. It just doesn't have that kind of consistency, both in terms of what was being set up and then the carryover and what these films end up being. They all feel so different. And they're just, it's such a weird, there's so many weird choices that go on that I just never understand what the fuck they're thinking with that. But I don't think they are thinking.
No, they're not. This is the Star Wars sequel trilogy. It's just there was a lot of hype because the ones prior weren't liked. This is going back to the basics. We're going to focus. We're going to give you what you want. And I don't know. I mean, this will be studied, which is crazy because this 2018 was the first one from the Green trilogy. And that's, what is that? 7 years? Has it been 7 years?
Yep, 7 years.
Like, that's crazy. So we're kind of reaching out a decade pretty soon. I'll probably be a decade before we even get a new Halloween. So it's like, this is actually getting kind of old. So this killed, this kind of killed it. We haven't seen a Star Wars movie in a long time either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the TV shows, but I feel like,
I was going to say, we're seeing Star Wars shit. They're literally filming Starfighter right now.
Again, when's the last time we had a movie?
Like in 2022? When did Rise come out?
No, it can't be 2022.
Oh, that was 2019. Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just that, like if these did well, they would have started more. So it just shows you, it's like, yeah, plan your shit out. And again, you don't need to.
I don't like that argument because it's like we got Andor. Andor like just wrapped its fucking second
but
season
a movie.
up. That's like
I want a movie, like
it's
high
movie
budget
quality.
movies.
It's movie quality.
Fair enough, but it critically fair enough. But that's a good example of like, ratings wise, it's not like this big juggernaut. It's just like it's like hardcore Star Wars fans that like good stuff. But I'm just saying, like I'm using an example of if movies are making money and people are loving it, we continue. They didn't stop Halloween because they wanted to like let this beautiful ending rest. It's just people bitched, complained, and rightfully hated it. So they just kind of are waiting out the hate. And as Star Wars, I think it's management stuff. But regardless, a trilogy doesn't need to be planned out exactly. I'm okay with a little bit of freedom. I mean, I think Vince Gilligan famously said when he set up the gun at the end of, I forget the season of Breaking Bad, the one before the final season, he had no idea what the gun was going to be used for. Like, I understand that you need to have a little bit of breathing room because you need to see things and kind of feel them out. Obviously, Will Patton surviving was, I think, a good decision. Then be like, oh shit, he's actually really good. Yeah. Them not changing that scene, though, is dumb. But at least that's a good example of like, okay, this was my plan, but this actually is better than I thought. But I feel like for this, though, the issue isn't sticking to your guns. It's that you are doing something and not thinking about that when you continue on. It's the characters are different, the motivations are different. They're adding things that they contradict before. That's the stuff where I'm like, dude, you have to have an idea of what you want to do. But like, what do you want to tell here? Because the town becomes a thing in 2 and 3, but is not mentioned in 1. No. That needs to be set up immediately in 1. If that's going to be your overarching theme of evil affecting a town, again, not earned because having one movie exist is stupid. But that's my big critique for his whole thing. And I think this is like the culmination of just not knowing what you want from your movies. And you tell me him getting bored. I don't know where he said that. Why would he say that? Why would he say that though? Like, even if that's true, think it, don't say it. Why would you ever put that out there? Because now you've completely lifted the veil and said, oh, this sucks, not because you're a bad filmmaker, but because you didn't put in effort.
Yeah. Didn't want to have an actual plan in play, which is the most obnoxious thing. We also don't even like, this movie hardly even has any kills. There's like a section that's like an hour into the movie that we finally start getting some, but it takes so long. Like an hour 5 is when we finally get kills in a significant way. It's like, okay, about fucking time. And it's all Corey. Corey does like all the kills, where it's like, I don't need that. Because even he puts like a blowtorch to one of the band camp kids, but it's all done like out of focus while it's focusing on the girl that's trapped beneath the fence. Like,
I like that whole scene. I'll be honest. That's my favorite scene in the movie. Though it doesn't, like you said, Michael Myers was given powers because it's not a normal kid. So I could at least, I could step back and be like, okay, this is Michael Myers. It's like Jason Part 5.
Yeah,
a new
and
beginning.
you're a gun advocate. What are your thoughts on Corey's dad giving a loaded gun to this fucking high school student?
A child makes no sense. No sense. It is so stupid. It is so stupid. Then nobody knows what to do with it. Yeah, it's fun scene. I like all the kills, the blowtorch thing. I think it's cool, but you're right. I wish we, I get the idea of like, you should start on the face, like in focus, having it start burning, and then rack focus to the girl freaking out that she's next. That'd be kind of fun. Like that whole thing is cool, but again, it's not earned. It doesn't actually make any sense if we think about it. Because the transfer of power is something that I think needs to be, even if it's not said, I think we need to be a little more heavy handed about that because that's never been done. You can't introduce them like that and just kind of vaguely hint at it. But yeah, the best scene in the movie is not even Michael Myers. So it's like that alone makes it stupid. Yeah, you had it, but you blew it. Why wasn't that Michael Myers? Oh, because Corey's more important. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? And I guess that sums up this whole movie. That's how Halloween ends.
I mean, I guess we do still have to talk about the whole Michael getting strapped to the hood of the car and driven through the town.
What are your thoughts? Because again, that idea I like a lot, but it's so stupid. It's so unearned. And it's, again, logistically, it's like, what?
Yeah, they get
You
a
know, like,
funeral
these-
procession
the woman's
for him.
wheeling the woman who was stabbed in the throat. It's like, well, she's not going to get there in time.
Yeah.
You know, even if they're going 20 miles an hour, which is pretty damn slow, that's school zone slow. She'll get there like an hour late. Put her in the car.
Even Julian shows up in that scene.
And he's all like,
yeah, he's like, he's grown a lot, which I don't mind him popping up, but it gives the question of, why is Lindsay Wallace not there? Like, Kyle Richards has already been shown in this film. Why would you not bring her in for the finale when she's one of the people that was initially there in the first film? If there's anyone that should be there, it's her.
Yeah, we go to Sheriff Barker, which, again, not even in this movie. There's just a scene. I think it's at the end, right? Where I'm like, oh, I forgot the guy exists. But as a concept, I like the idea of the town coming together to like we're gonna
because after kills, after kills, it's like, yeah, this town should be fucking hate this man and it's their boogeyman, and they're like, we need to see this through to the end. It makes sense with what happened at Kills, because like it's very unlikely that there's people that did not have some kind of like connection to someone that died, because so many people died in Kills.
But that's why this movie had to focus on that aspect solely. That needed to be the driving plot of this whole movie. Should have been the town, because that ending actually feels earned. But instead, we get a montage at the beginning, and then things seem pretty fine. Even Laurie's baking cookies. So it's like, dude, it's like, I mean, I guess randomly somebody blames Laurie for it. Like that's them like continuing the thread of the movie. It's like once in a while somebody blames Laurie for Michael Myers, which doesn't make sense because that's not set up in the early ones. That doesn't add up here. I like the idea of it. How about that? I'm going to say that. I like the idea. I like them killing him. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But I don't feel anything.
Putting him in a fucking meat grinder. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The thing at the junkyard. That's fun. Yeah. That's cool. See, I like that. I wish I felt something though. Like that's one of those endings where it's like, man, if this whole thing was done right, that exact ending would be beautiful. And it's the only time it's filmed nice. It's slow motion. The towns come together. But again, it's just one of those things where it's like when you're doing all the cameos and shit, I'm like, well, now it's kind of corny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious as to how they got permission from Malik Akkad to actually definitively kill Michael. Must have been Jamie Lee Curtis throwing her dick around, throwing her weight around with that. Because like,
well, I feel like now that stipulation doesn't really matter because, I guess back in the day it made sense because you didn't really reboot things as much. That was a kind of a rare occurrence. Where it's like that you don't even need that because just then kill him and then start a new trilogy or a new quadrilogy or a new universe. Yeah. Have him partner Michael with. Obviously not a hard cider, so maybe like a wine cooler. We'll change his mask and we'll just do everything off screen. It'll be fantastic. It seems like that's what people want.
I love it. $40 million. Go make that. I think that's what they do.
We're in the worst timeline.
Yeah. What about? What do you think of the ending with them doing the shots of Laurie's house? It's pretty much like an homage to the original '78 version.
I hate it. That's so stupid. Again, he wants it. It's so.
Why does Laurie have that mask?
I don't know.
It's not an evidence.
It's so lame, man. Again, it's not earned. She's like, I forget the ending quote, but it's like, I defeated my boogeyman or something like that. It's just like, shut up. Yeah. Oh, man. And she has the same style narration where it's like one take. I defeated my boogeyman, and because of that, the town is good, and we are healed and have moved on. It's like, oh, God, come on.
I do like Blue Oyster Cult. I like Blue Oyster Cult coming in for the credits. I like that.
I mean, yeah, but fair enough. I have a hard time not focusing solely on the cowbell and then thinking of Will Ferrell, and then I'm thinking of SNL. I mean, fair enough. I know it's like that's like a callback to the.
I know. I associate that song with the Halloween franchise more than anything.
Really? Oh man, no, I was there. I was there live for that episode. I mean, but it's again. It's like the kind of callback where it's like, yeah, you're being cute, but fuck you. You didn't earn this, man. Everything you're doing is just corny. It's so surface level. This is a high schooler got money to make a movie. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, why not another rockabilly song then? They started with that. You thought that was a good idea. Maybe end it. Maybe tie that in. I don't know.
Oh God, I hated that so much. And it's the DJ. So we get the radio station right off the bat. It's the DJ putting on this rockabilly song. So
it's not even a part of the movie. Dude, it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah. And why does Corey cut off his tongue too? It's like, what the fuck? That seems excessive.
Again, if that was Myers, cool. Fine. But the main bad guy is not in this movie, dude. And I don't care what anybody says. This is not a wild swing that deserves respect. It's not subverting expectations. It is not fulfilling an agreement that you promised before, changing last minute and thinking you're being an auteur by going against the grain. That's like, all those things are not in this. Like that's a defense for when you mess up in this particular incident.
Yeah, I completely agree. And well, what's your favorite kill from this film?
Probably the band camp kids. Maybe the head stop, maybe the blowtorch. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fun. I guess, you know what? Well, no, I was gonna say Michael Myers getting grind up. I thought is probably the best kill. How about that? Is that a kill?
That one. Yeah, that was gonna be mine. So, no, I agree. What would you rate this film?
Oh man, I gotta think. I'm gonna initially say a half a star, and that half a star is only here because I really do like Hard Target, and I enjoy any time Van Damme's on screen.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first time since. Oh no, we both gave half star to Resurrection as well. So I was gonna say it was the first time since the first Halloween that we actually have the same score, but no, Resurrection we added as well. But I'm right there with you. Half a star. This movie sucks. This movie is, spoilers for our ranking, this is the bottom of the barrel for me. I hate this movie so much. It does not work. It makes me angry. This is likely going to be the last time I watch it for a very long time, and whatever the next viewing of it will be is simply to then make a video on it and tear it apart, because it's that level of bad. It's that level of stupid. It's that level of just, I hate it so much.
Well, you own this, because I was going to say, hold on, yes. I'll never watch this again. I'll say that. It's been fun, and I'm going to live the rest of my life. There's how much time do you have in a life to spend? I'll never watch this. Like, you'll make a video. I'll never make a video on this, so I'm good. It's been fun, and I'm glad I got to see it one more time with you. And it seems like for some reason the only time I ever watch this movie is to talk with you. So I guess this is like the big ending for me,
That ain't that the truth. That's pretty funny. Well, we've now officially done it. We have finished the Halloween franchise. 13 films. I was wrong, not 12. 13 films. Which means for our ranking that will drop next week, there will be 14 entries because of the fact that, we already said Halloween 6, the difference between the producers and the theatrical cut is so severe that we will be doing a whole different ranking for that. We won't be separating. It's like, I feel like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, even though they have a theatrical and a director's cut, they're still it's the same, very much the same type of movie.
No. The producer's cut, it's a different movie. No. Halloween, it's just, there's more added in, and there's some changes in character motivations, but no, I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah. So, we've done it. So next week you can expect a ranking episode. Our unofficial third member, Mr. Andrew Hatfield, will be joining for that one. And we're doing it in person, so that should be quite fun to get to chat about that. We're all actually in the same room. And besides the franchise, we will be ranking the masks and the themes. So it's going to be a supersized episode, which I think is appropriate because it will be dropping on Halloween Day. So October 31st. Make sure to check it out. And thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you in the next one. And I guess we also need to make sure that during our ranking, we don't forget to announce what our next thing is. Hopefully we remember that. I'll make a note of it now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.